Well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm very good.
What are we talking about today, David? Oh, who's that?
Oh,
I'm
we've got a.
making my
Look
debut.
at that. We've got a new colleague.
It's a debut. It's a first appearance. Off the subs bench, just in
First and
time.
last,
Yeah.
baby. First and last. We'll see. Anyway, back to the subject at hand.
Poor lad. He has watched these before, so hasn't he? So he'll be all right.
I've studied them for the last 4 weeks. Yeah.
Excellent.
Now, well, studying, that's almost like you know what we're talking about today, isn't it?
Storefront for the Creative Print Manager. What's all that about, David?
So this was our intelligent way of coming up with a title for something where we know that these things happen, and we've kind of mocked this up for a university example, but this is a managed print service. So this is you are providing a service to somebody where you are working for maybe one company, but you're implanted inside another company and just fulfilling their needs and their wants and wishes.
Okay, cool.
Or potentially you could be a university print shop serving students and lecturers and whatever other print things are needed.
And there's multiple different examples of this type of thing that we could use, but we thought that the best example, because at least some people have been to university, or the university of life for some of us, I'm sure, that we could use a university site to show what's going on. Am I correct?
We've all been to university, haven't we?
Yeah. Well.
Did you finish yours, Dean?
A few days. A few. A term. Anyway,
shall I share some content before we get into the depths of that? Shall we show you what we've been doing? Yeah, before we get into fights about stuff. So, first thing to say, we're using our product called MarketDirect StoreFront, and I am at a university. Here's my lovely university logo up here, and you can see I've got two different looking sites. So your natural question is going to be, oh, that might be a lot of work. You've got to build two different sites. Well, it's kind of one site and different products depending on who you are logged in as. Okay.
So which one's which?
So if you can't tell by this little thing, this is the one. Yeah, I tried to put it in big writing and stuff. But you know, maybe we'll make it bigger for you, shall we? So you can read it better.
I am getting on, mate. Difficult to see that.
So depending on your login, depends on what you can buy, what products you can see and order.
That's right, yeah, and what prices you might pay as well. So it may be that there's a discount for staff on some items. Maybe students get some items cheaper, and staff pay more. You've got control to do that within the site as well.
Okay.
So thinking about our staff site, and if Liam hasn't seen these before, he's soon going to know what we're like doing these. We're going to go and buy a degree certificate, shall we? So you are you're a professor, aren't you, Dean?
I am definitely a professor.
We'll see your details a bit later, but because you're logged in, it's kind of picked your name out of that. But we'll give this to Liam. It's physics. That seems like a good subject. So physics, and obviously it's a first class.
Obviously.
Thank you, David.
It's my pleasure. It's very easy to mock up these certificates, give them out to anyone, you know.
Yeah.
So
a good price.
So on here, you as a lecturer maybe comes on, someone in admin comes in, and you can enter your details, and you can see something on this side. That it may not be degree certificates, just an idea of something that you might go and do. But you can see that coming in. But degree ceremonies tend to be more than one at a time, don't they? Tend to have
100 people, 200 people, depending on where you are.
So what we've here is we've got something called batch mode. So here, instead of me typing the names and adding them in, I can go to a batch. I can find a data source. I can go and look nicely for my certificate file, upload my data source, and we can map that in. And the data says Liam got a 2.2.
Ah, that's more like it. That is a correct data source, I think you'll find.
So it kind of might help make that a little bit more accurate as well, because it's taking it from whatever the data.
So that's just imported one record, or?
No. So that's got 100 plus records. So we can just keep going through different departments, different people, all different qualifications. So you could just import something into that.
So then you could just theoretically click the print button or whatever you wanted to do, or send it off to somebody else.
Yep. Add to your basket, and you're away and done. So yeah, nice and easy, nice and simple thing to go and do.
Cool.
So that's your first kind of simple product. I guess as a lecturer, you would maybe do some open days or visits and things, would you?
Well, it might. Yeah, I guess you would. Yeah.
So a couple of things, maybe sandwich boards that you might go and get. But let's look at this this little sign. Anyone who's ever been to University Open Day has seen 1,000 of these somewhere. So I can put Open Day this way, and is it going to be left or is it going to be right? I can just flip the arrow around like that. And you also might notice, I mean, it's subtle things I'm doing just to make life easier for people. But if I want a certain font and a certain style, I can force that to be capitals.
Doesn't matter what they typed in there, it's going to come in.
Even if I type really weird things over here, it's going to come in all as capitals. I've made it go and do that. So,
so people like maintenance departments and everything could use all that sort of stuff as well, couldn't they? For like default signage and I don't know, careful. The roof's falling in or whatever it is.
Stay off the grass.
Stay off the grass. That's a good.
Stay off the grass. That's a perfect.
Stay off the grass.
And they could add their own things in as well to it.
The grass you walk on.
So yeah, it doesn't.
One tuck shop this way.
So yeah, it doesn't have to be just one text box. You could add more text boxes, let them put their own things into these as well. So
they could allow them to design a bit themselves if you wanted to, but then keeping, I don't know, the arrows as constant and the university logo.
Yeah, that kind of thing. So they can't necessarily go and move these things around. They could be locked into place so that people can't go and edit that. So next, I suppose we need to see Dean's qualifications, don't we? So
we do.
Back in our staff only items category, Dean can go and get your business cards, can't you? And this one, I'm logged in as you, so it's picking up your job title, your phone number, your mobile, and even your picture nicely.
So that gets it off your SSO or off your. They could get it off your single sign-on if you're in a university organisation, which then forces it down into MarketDirect StoreFront, which when I go and print my business cards off, make sure I don't mess my phone number up or change the university look of it.
Yeah. And it the same kind of thing that happens before. So this one can also take a batch mode, so we can also upload a whole pile of data into it and can find our business card data. Again, map all our fields, and it's also quite neat in that it knows that we're based in the UK, so it knows what our phone number should look like. So you can create your own format for that. So even if people just put random numbers into it, it will fix that out and make it all work okay. Unfortunately, my random name generator was unable to create lots of fake pictures as well. So we have fake names. We have fake names, but we have real pictures. So
if there was like library cards, I don't know, door access cards, all those sorts of things, and you had 1,000 students starting at the beginning of the school, the semester, you could just go on as the marketing department or the enrollment department or whatever, upload all the files for all the students, hit the go button, and they'd all end up with a library card
some picture somewhere. But that's a good way of introducing. It's almost like we practice this, and I can assure anyone watching this, we don't practice these things at all.
No, we don't practice.
But it's a good link into the student site, isn't it? Of how the student site, same site, could look a little bit different and could do some different things. So we're logged in now as Liam, our industrious physics student, and we've got on his profile he can log in and see his student ID card. So again, it's able to pick up his profile fields. So there's nothing for him to enter here. It just finds his photo off the file, puts his name, Faculty of Drama. What is he doing? Drama, physics? He's got to make his mind up here.
Drama.
I'm doing 2 degrees at the same time, you see.
He should be in the criminology department looking at that photo.
But we can again force this kind of stuff. So he can't go and order loads of fake IDs. If we're talking about criminology, he can't go and get 10 student passes to get him discounts at the tuck shop. He's got to. He's only going to be able to order one of these. So yeah, that can flow through that.
So that's all dragged from a file that you upload. So if you want multiple users on there, it will automatically add their picture, name,
correct, yeah,
department, yeah.
Yeah, all their things coming onto it, yeah. So I noticed, because I'm half watching some questions, and we've had a question come in as well. It's probably as good a chance as any to deal with it, isn't it? Can you change the logo? Yes, you can. So you can change images and text data in this as well. You've just got to have a data marker in the file. So yeah, like you saw on the last one we did for the business cards, we had different images coming in there. Same thing for different logos. So yeah. Same principle.
A lot of uses for that.
So I mean, we're trying to do this for a university, aren't we? But you could be in all kinds of places and find a use for being able to put variable images and variable data into something. So yeah, definitely lots of use for that. And I guess it's probably what we hear a lot of people asking to do with their sites nowadays.
Yes, definitely.
I think the days of your lecturer logging in and ordering one of something are gone. It's somebody in marketing or admin who go and create a whole batch of things for people.
So what are some other examples of stuff that you've got?
So some other things that we maybe do. So Liam
Clubs
looks to me. Yeah, I thought you'd look at that one with the most interest. Looks like the kind of thing that Liam might be into, organising clubs and societies. So one of the things you'll see in this category is, well, this might look a bit familiar, this directional sign, because we had that one out on the lecturer one. So think about this from another perspective now, not just the person buying it. Think about the perspective of the admin on this storefront. So they don't have to build a separate product for every single department or person or function. They can build a single product one time, and it can appear in multiple different places. And we've got some really cool tools that just let you select all the ones and apply group bulk actions to them at the same time. So Liam, as a student, can come here, get exactly the same thing that the lecturer might get for open days, and Liam's wording might be a little bit different, and he might put party this way, for instance. It's a possible example of things that students might do.
No lecturers invited.
Yeah.
No lecturers. I can spell, then it'll be all right. Yeah.
No lecturers.
Yeah. So,
sorry, Dean.
So Dean's out of that party, but
party for one it is, Sam.
But you get the idea of what you can go and do on that one. So another thing you might do, thinking about clubs and societies, maybe you want an official download of University Crest, because you're going to make your own bit of artwork and create some roller banner, or you're going to go and create some leaflet or something. So if you want to do a download only option, it's really, really quick and simple. I'm already in my checkout just by clicking on the button for the thing I'm going to buy. It's not got a delivery date. It's a download only. Head to my payment method, place my order. I could link out to credit cards, but Liam didn't give it to me in time. And then we're away, ready to get it. Once that payment method has been approved and confirmed, then Liam will get a link to say, go and click this and download.
So there could be course literature or anything in that for a digital download as a PDF. You might want 16 pages of some 300-page book because you want to study a specific area. You could download those 16 pages and pay for them online or not, as the case may be, I'm guessing, yeah? You can do it for nothing as well if you want to.
You can set it up to do it for nothing, yeah, and you've got a budget credit, like a monthly credit that students get for a bit of time. You can set that up with them as well, so they can spend that in the month, and then once it's gone, it's gone. So that kind of thing could be done. I mean, I'm not going to necessarily order any of these, but just an example of some kind of things you might do. So ordering some photos, photo books, canvas prints, kind of things that.
So if you're in the art department, right? Just thinking out loud, you could allow your art students to upload their imagery.
Yes, they could do. Yes. Yeah.
And then order, I don't know, a wide format print or whatever it is, or even stick it on a mug or whatever they wanted to do at that point in time.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's almost no limit to that kind of thing that they can do with it. Yeah.
There's another question.
Another question. Sorry, I'll. What's the question?
You said depending on who is connected, we see different products. Can a product be on both sides with different prices?
Yes, it can. Yeah.
So in theory, you could give the lecturers it for free or something, but charge the students, or vice versa.
Yeah, and we should say as well, this site supports different types of payment method. We talked about credit card. It will support PO number, but maybe the lecturers have got departmental codes. So the head of physics is coming from a different budget to the head of film and TV and all kinds of things. So yeah, maybe that's a route that you take. And I think you've mentioned as well about single sign-on. You can link that all into single sign-on as well with that. So so sort of that's just an idea of something you've got there. But unfortunately, during Liam's studying, he's going to have to submit his thesis, isn't he?
Oh, no.
Last minute, I expect.
Possibly 2 sides of A4.
Possibly last minute. Well, let's take you through that process. So I've got a little category here of thesis production, and we're going to go and create that. So here again, slightly different looking screen that we're looking at here, because Liam's got to do the work first before he gets this thesis in. So we're going to actually upload a file, and what I've actually got is a Word file. So you can see this is a Word file, and it's going to convert this Word file over into a print PDF. So I imagine a lot of students don't necessarily have professional desktop publishing software. Although maybe that's changed. When I was younger, we didn't have desktop publishing software. We got Word, but actually my kids have got desktop publishing software as part of their courses. So maybe that's all changed. Maybe that's all changed now. But we've written the world's most amazing thesis. Don't read the details too closely. It's just the title that we can see. And it's counted up the pages. Liam got 134 pages. It's made it into a PDF.
132 blanks.
Yeah, let's not go beyond page 1. No, there's loads of pages. And it's look at the work. Look at
all the pictures.
Into that.
There's masses of effort has gone into making this thesis. So, but we've got to pick our options about it. Liam's saving a bit of money, so he's going to go black and white on his printing. He didn't put any pictures in because I had to research it and find them. Maybe he's going to put it with a nice blue wire, and it's going to give us a little preview of that as well. So, there will be, I've got a load of things in here. There'll be, each university often has its own way that they have to submit these things.
It says you could hole punch it as well.
Yeah, I could do. So we could take away our binding. We could put in 3 holes, say. So
I'm assuming it doesn't allow you to do both. If that's not on the system, it knows about that sort of stuff. Yeah.
It will. Yeah. So as a for instance, we try and stick case binding in at the same time. It's going to give us a whole pile of errors if we try and continue on with it. So
with the binding, then will it give you different colours that you can choose? Black.
It can do, yeah. So if you were looking, so this is only what I've got in here. So we can put maybe a tape around it to get rid of our hole punches. So, I mean, often the university has got a set color scheme and a set thing.
Yeah.
So you're not going to give them maybe as many choices as I've got in here. But it's more that Liam's here on his, but you're here on your budget day, 21 euros, pounds, dollars, whatever it might be. Yeah, I'll pay that. I'll get that through.
And I've got 4 minutes to hit the deadline.
Well, did you say you had a deadline? Let's take this one into the checkout and see what we can do. So when this one comes in a checkout, bad news, Liam, you're not going to get it till next Thursday because it takes a bit of time to produce these things. But if you're really desperate and you need it on Tuesday, how much money have you got? If you're an important customer and you're late, you can pay a little bit extra. So we can charge you a rush fee for being a little bit later than planned with your thesis, and you'll see that gets added to your shopping cart there as well. So
I finished mine ages ago.
Yours is done and dusted. Done and dusted, isn't it?
You paid €35. That's another 4 beers I can have on top of yours this year.
I'll have to get an emergency loan then to pay for
from your mum.
Hardship loan.
Yeah.
So so that's kind of thing you can do it as well. I mean, much as much as it's used often by people who are organised, like Dean, who achieved his doctorate and his master's and became the vice chancellor of university. Students maybe have to pay a bit extra because they've forgotten to get organised in time, but you can take care of it, and the store can help you with it.
Cool. Have you got any more examples to show us?
I probably could send you lots more examples, but we have a little goal not to spend too long showing too much stuff.
I was just going to talk about other implementations that we could possibly do, because some of the companies we've seen using it do stuff for other industries as well. So they're actually printing companies, but they've got contracts with people. We've got a couple of examples that we could spout out.
Yeah, so a good example is somebody who does a load of signage for, let's say, new home builders. So you imagine you're going around a show home. In that show home, there's bits of artwork on the wall. Well, they don't make that. They just print stuff for those things. They put billboards up around outside. They advertise it. They put signs on all the junctions nearby. Turn left here, turn right here. Find this new estate because it's not on sat nav.
Wear your helmet. You're going home. All those signs.
All those kind of things.
I guess that's quite cool because they all often get damaged as well, don't they? So that if you like the site manager, you could probably go onto the site and order a new turn right here sign or something like that. I think one of the customers has got a full pack that you can order, haven't they?
Yeah, you could do it like as a pack, or you even start profiling these sites as well. So you say for a 3-bedroomed house, it has these many signs and here's the sizes of them. So you just go in, order your 3-bedroomed house pack, and the things you need just come out of that then.
And then you've got all the government agencies and all that sort of stuff.
So someone like Persimmon Homes, for example, who are going to have sites all around the country, they would have one login with all their signage that any different site can log in and order to that particular delivery address. Is that correct?
Yeah, and also the site manager on the specific site can order his own stuff as well, just for his site.
Right.
So that it narrows it down. So typically the marketing would set it up for all the sites, and then they'd say, "Here's your login bill, all right, because you're building that site. You go and get your art, order it from here." Yeah. And again, those left and right turn signs, like we were showing in for the universities, is the type of thing that they could do in there as well. Just an example, isn't it? There's loads. Health authorities, government departments.
Yeah, so we've got
things. Will be good for franchises.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely good for franchises. So like sandwich shop businesses or coffee shops. They've all got signage in their windows. They all do special offers. Head office maybe dictates that the special offer can only be a certain amount, but the franchisee can go and change it a little bit in the upwards direction.
This has got its own little management portal in the background, doesn't it? So that you could manage the print production if you weren't the biggest business in the world, print business. But it also sends jobs directly to when you press the order button, what happens?
So it can send them directly to Fiery-driven devices or to hot folders on other devices.
Okay, cool.
So so there are some people who are, and this is why they're really popular in these implant kind of places, because there's a pretty good chance you're running a digital piece of kit, and there's a pretty good chance on a digital piece of kit you could, if you haven't already got a Fiery running it.
And we've got some places where it's like lights out, and that it just prints. So even if there's nobody there, it just prints, and in the morning somebody comes in and whatever. So there's that one place that even puts the postmark on the print, and it auto polybags for them. So there's not polybags these days probably, but paper bags. It's ready to go straight in the post. So.
Yeah, so it's just really just a way of getting clients to get orders through or getting orders into your system quickly and efficiently.
And the ones that I've spoken to, it sort of works best when they do all the work for their end customer and say, here's the site, just use it and we'll charge you X amount a month or something like that. And then whatever you order from us print wise, go from there. And then you've got the other model where you can charge to set up the site, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent.
Anything more?
Nothing more from me. You know me. We're actually gone 5 minutes over my ideal amount of time for this, so people have spent 5 minutes extra looking at this.
That's Liam's fault because he's new.
He's asked extra questions. What we should do though, we should just wait a couple of seconds in case other people are just catching up with our conversation instead of us just saying bye, we're off. We should just check in case there's any other questions coming in. We did have a couple. Did have a couple while we were talking.
Not
any more.
Well, if anybody else take a further look at it, just give one of our team a shout. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Good luck with your course, Liam.
Thank you.
Good luck. Stay at the pub.
I'll try. Thanks, guys.